So why don't you educate us a little bit on what you do and why you do it and how long you've been doing it for?
Well, I'm Jujimufu. I'm an anabolic acrobat. So I mix two worlds, bodybuilding and movement, acrobatic movement. So I'm basically a big buff dude that flips in the air, and I'm a master of flexibility training at the same time. It's put the rest of the myth that big guys cannot be flexible.
All right, everyone, we're going to talk about fascia tissue stretching, which I've talked about a million times, but this guy swears by it, and he's put on a lot of muscle, a young guy, and a lot of his beliefs are, you know, stretching the muscle and stretching that fascia tissue to help make room for that muscle to grow. So why don't you give us your take on fascia tissue?
Well, I mean, people think you have to do special stretching exercises to get flexible. You don't. You can just take what you're already doing and do it in a flexible way. For bodybuilders who are looking to grow, stretch the fascia, why don't you just do your movements through a more full range of motion and pre-select movements that have higher ranges of motion. So instead of, you know, focusing on partials or, you know, only quarter reps, go all the way, you know, stretch all the way. You do your chest fly, stretch. At the end of every set, stretch and wait 30 seconds. You're not only getting more flexible, you're stretching the fascia, gives the muscle more room to grow. So you're killing two birds with one stone, you know?
But you know what? That's harder.
Oh yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
That's why people aren't doing it.
Right.
It's fucking harder. No, I remember seeing Pumping Iron, everyone's seen the fucking movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger doing the flat dumbbell flies on the bench, and those dumbbells were nearly hitting the floor every time he stretched out. They nearly hit the floor. And you don't see anyone doing flies like that these days. Nobody. You know why? Because it's fucking painful. It hurts. You know, and also you can't go as heavy. You know, so you can't have that ego and show off in the gym how strong you are to everyone, because if you're using great range of motion and doing the exercise right, you're gonna have to lower that weight, which is gonna make you feel like a pussy in the gym. When people don't understand that how much weight you lift and what you're doing in the gym doesn't mean shit. Like I tell people, it's what the fuck you can do in the parking lot if someone has a problem with you. Fuck these weights. Anyway, I don't want to go there, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little crazy. But how would you suggest, you know, how would you suggest people, if they wanted to get into what you do, like where would you start?
Man, people think you have to, that's the problem, is the way you just stated it. People think you have to get into it to get started. You don't have to get into anything. What I suggest people do is if they want to get into this, don't think about getting into it. Just pick a couple things you want. A backflip is perfect. Everyone loves a backflip. Everyone wants to learn how to do a backflip. Everyone thinks a backflip's cool. Just learn how to do a backflip, and that could be your gateway movement into learning the other stuff. And the same for flexibility. If you think the splits are cool, then just get the splits. You don't have to do all these special fucking stretches to get the splits. Just focus on the splits. And you know what the secret to getting the splits is? Strength. Strength in the full range of motion. So when you're training your splits, you need to be flexing really hard. People think, you know, split training is just like gentle and easy and relaxed, and you do this, you know, yoga. No, man, you need to be hardcore with that stuff. When I'm done training my splits, I don't do it often, but when I do, I'm wiped out. It's like I just had a deadlifting session.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, but people don't train splits that way.
So they're never going to get to that point.
No, they're never going to be able to do weighted splits like I am unless they're freaks about it.
But stretching is painful, and the next day you should be sore, the same as if you squatted.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I do any kind of split type stretch, my abductors are feel the same as if I squatted. Yeah. You know, and I believe, you tell me, this sounds like a theory to me, but I believe that when you stretch those muscles to that degree, you're slightly tearing the muscle fibers, and the muscle fibers have to repair themselves and grow back a little stronger, you know, for the next session that we're going to do. So it's almost similar to weight training, that just stretching can help you grow your muscle.
You know, when I do the chair splits like that, with that intensity, I get a groin pump. I get a groin pump from hell when I do that. I've never had my groin pumped up so much when I do that stuff. So yeah, there's absolutely.
So again,
my groin has gotten bigger, I think. I think my groin muscle has gotten bigger since I started like dicking around with this so much.
Dicking around. Yeah. Good word. Yeah. I think that stretching has way more, you know, way more benefit than we'll ever know. Stretching is huge, and people don't do it. You know, I don't do it enough. I preach it, I do it, but not enough. You know, I don't do it to the degree you do it, and I'm sure that it would have benefited me greatly if I had put more emphasis on stretching, and I'm gonna try my hardest after today to put more emphasis on stretching.
All right.
So I used to be able to do the splits at one time, and you know, I could get there again if I work my ass off, and I don't be a pussy, give up. Oh, it hurts. Okay, I'm done. So yeah, no, that's some good ass fucking information for you guys. So think about it. It's all logic. It all makes sense. And anyway, thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.